People had asked me, well, are you married? No, I'm divorced. Do you have any kids? I said, well, none that have claimed me.
I was having an issue with not knowing the other side of myself, not knowing somebody, or at least having that picture of the other side of myself. That early start of my life was, just me and my mom, and then she met my dad, and then I had a pretty good childhood. I had called Gary, my dad, at some point, and I remember my cousin coming to me, telling me that that's not my dad, and was implanted in me. Like every teenager, I was going through some issues at home, and if I remember correctly, there was a point where I ran away from home and stayed at my aunt's. She gave me a couple of names, and one of them was Mike and one of them was Joe. She felt that Mike was my father. I believe that was 98, 99. So I went the phone book way, and I searched for Mike, and when I contacted Mike for the first time, and we met and did the test, and it was negative.
Not him.
Not him. At that point, I was looking for Joe Passananti, and at that point, the internet was a little better, so I kind of Googled it one day, and I think there was a point where I found a John Joseph Passananti, and I think it linked me to IMDb. And I thought, well, that's, maybe he went by Joe. I sent John a little message, did you know my mom back in the late 70s? Did you go to school with her? And, most people, when they get emails, they just kind of delete them or whatever. Well, I got an email the next day.
I'm going to have to have my drink here. Get through this. My 50th birthday I spent in Cabo San Lucas with family and friends. And I got home and I had a couple hundred emails to delete. So I was going through delete, and this one said, "Hi, my name is Jeremiah. I was wondering if you knew my mom, Karen Hernandez." And I went, wow, yeah, that's a blast from the past.
From that point, I think me and John exchanged photos. Me being more, kind of cautious, I didn't see the connection.
He actually came over one day, and when I answered the door, I looked up at him because he's 3-4 inches taller than I am.
First of all, I was much taller than he was. So, and
we actually sat down right here in this room, and we talked for quite some time before we went to lunch.
That's when I was very cut and dry with him. I said, hey, look, this, I'm looking for my dad.
And I asked him if we could do a DNA test to make sure. I mean, he looks like the family. So, I thought, but we got to do a DNA test.
So we met up, I think it was a week later, maybe during the following week. And we took the test and waited another couple weeks. So it was a couple weeks of waiting around, and he sent the test in. He was getting all the correspondence on the test. And so he called me up 2 weeks later and said, I think what he said was, "Can I call you son?"
And he says, "Dad?" I said, "Yeah, I've already sent you the results, Jeremiah. It's 15 out of 15 matches." So I was, number one, very excited. It's a great day.
Everybody's always searching for something, and I think for me that was my story, searching for my dad.